Welcome to ZoomInData. In this video, we will deeply understand activities in Azure Data Factory. Activities are the components that perform the actual work inside a pipeline. Every pipeline depends on activities to move data, transform data, or control workflow execution. This video explains activities in a clear, slow, and beginner-friendly way so that anyone can understand confidently. An activity in Azure Data Factory is a single step inside a pipeline. It performs a specific task or operation, such as copying data or transforming data. Pipelines are always made up of one or more activities. Without activities, pipelines cannot perform any meaningful action. Activities are important because they define what work is actually executed. They control how data is moved and transformed. Activities also enable workflow logic and decision-making. In simple words, activities are the core execution units of Azure Data Factory. In simple terms, a linked service connects to the data source, a dataset defines the data structure, and an activity acts on that dataset. The pipeline controls the order in which activities run. Understanding this relationship makes Azure Data Factory much easier to learn. Azure Data Factory provides different types of activities. These include data movement activities, data transformation activities, control flow activities, and external or utility activities. Each type serves a different purpose in building data workflows. Data movement activities are used to move data from a source to a destination. The most common example is the copy activity. These activities support large-scale data transfer and are widely used in data ingestion pipelines. Copy activity is used to copy data between different data stores. It supports many types of sources and destinations. It can handle both structured and unstructured data. Copy activity is the core activity used in most Azure Data Factory pipelines. Data transformation activities are used to transform data before storing it in the destination. These activities can clean data, filter records, or aggregate information. They are often used with compute services and enable implementation of business logic. Common transformation options in Azure Data Factory include mapping data flows, Azure Databricks activities, stored procedure execution, and SQL or Spark-based transformations. These options provide flexibility depending on data size and complexity. Control flow activities control the execution order of other activities. They do not process data directly. Instead, they enable conditions, loops, and branching logic. These activities are essential for building complex workflows. Common control flow activities include if condition, for each, until, and switch activities. These activities allow pipelines to make decisions and repeat tasks based on logic and conditions. The if condition activity executes different activities based on a condition. It supports true and false paths. This activity is very useful for decision-based workflows and is commonly used in real-world pipelines. The form each activity is used to repeat activities for multiple items, such as files or table names. It supports both sequential and parallel execution. For each activity improves automation efficiency and reduces manual effort. External activities are used to execute code outside Azure Data Factory. Common examples include Azure Functions. These activities are useful for implementing custom logic and extending the capabilities of Azure Data Factory. Activity dependencies define the execution order between activities. Dependencies can be based on success, failure, or completion. This feature enables complex workflow design and improves overall pipeline control. Activities consume datasets as inputs and can produce outputs that are passed to the next activities. This enables data-driven workflows. Understanding inputs and outputs is very important for building effective pipeline logic. Error handling in activities can be implemented using dependencies. Error messages and logs can be captured for troubleshooting. Retry policies can also be configured to improve pipeline reliability. For better performance, choose the correct activity type and optimize transformation logic. Avoid unnecessary activities and monitor execution time regularly. These steps help maintain efficient pipelines. In a real-world scenario, data may be copied from blob storage, transformed using Dataflow, and then loaded into Azure SQL. Control flow activities manage the execution order and logic of this workflow. Common mistakes include overusing control flow activities, ignoring error handling, poor dependency configuration, and not monitoring activity runs. Avoiding these mistakes improves pipeline stability. The key takeaways are that activities perform the actual work, different activity types serve different purposes, control flow is essential for logic, and proper activity design improves pipeline reliability. After watching this video, try answering these questions. What is an activity in Azure Data Factory? What is the difference between copy and data flow activities? Why are control flow activities important? And how is error handling done in activities? Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to ZoomInData for more Azure Data Factory and data engineering tutorials. Like, share, and support the channel. ZoomInData provides step-by-step Azure learning with a strong focus on real-world data engineering use cases. Our content is designed for both beginners and professionals.